Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? It is so good to be back here talking to you guys. I needed a break out of the Megxit stuff. I needed some time to get my time zones together. Hello, everyone who is coming into the chat. Make sure you say hello to the mods. Make sure you, air your gnarly toes out and hit the like button. Use your longest toe and hit the like button. How about that? Hello, everyone. It is so good to be here with you all. I am so happy you guys could join me for this because, look, I've been kind of stewing. Well, not really stewing, but this whole, Megan was acting like she had a drop coming for Ass Ever Never, her stupid brand or scam spread that she has going on. And, for someone who claims that they like to learn from their mistakes, you would think instead of producing the same low quality garbage that is very cheap to produce, yet she is trying to make as much of a profit off of, um, she's done the same thing and come out with some nasty looking apricot spread. Not even jam again, my friends, but spread. Who wants a weird orange looking watery pile of muck to put over their crispy toast or on their desserts? I mean, it is, oh God, it is absolutely ridiculous. Jordan says, "Hi everyone, past my bedtime, but moly." Oh, hello. I'm sorry for keeping you up. I know it's past my bedtime here too, but I just couldn't get to sleep. And I was like, we need to talk about this because this is ridiculous. Yeah. If you guys didn't see this, so let me show you guys this before I reel it back a bit and then we get into this because this is absolutely crazy, okay? First of all, before we before I even get into this nastiness of Megan, can we just first of all say happy birthday to his royal hotness, Prince William, yummy William. And look, Catherine knows what she is doing by taking a photo of this because I'm pretty sure Catherine knows that ladies have the swoonies for her husband. Ladies do find her man attractive, but yet she's got them all. So why not issue a photo on their Kensington Palace and Prince and Princess of Wales Instagram page of Prince William, yum, with his shirt a little bit open so you can see a little bit of his chestal hair exposed. And what is better than a delicious fox, a handsome fox, and puppies? Really? I could give a flying F about a loser, a woman fantasy playing Disney princesses on a photoshopped swing, acting like she is in a serious arrested development stage. And then we've got this grown man taking care of not only his family, but now of puppies. Yummy. Like, how could I not start with this first? Ooh la la, a prince and some puppies. Now, like, I mean, Catherine knows what she's doing. She's given the people what they want. And why wouldn't they want this? A handsome man who is stable, who's 43 years old, isn't whining about his mummy, isn't monetizing and desecrating her memory, isn't uh isn't married to a psychotic woman who cosplays her and pretends that she is the second coming of mummy. No, none of that. But we got a handsome man and puppies. Absolutely delicious. Koala, thank you, my darling, says, woohoo, let's go, Molly. Get it messy and funny. Sending you love from Australia. Sending you lots of love from this side of the world, too, my dear. I am so glad you could make it and you've been able to join the lives. I'm so glad you guys could all be here. Hi, Beth says, hi, Molly, mods, and chat. Well, hello to you, too. And Tiana Claus says, Willie, yum. Yummy, yummy, right? Absolutely delicious. How could you not? Just delicious, delicious. But then again, let me show you what, oh dear, hello, monster. He had to shake himself off because we were talking about Prince William here. Did you see the photo? Yeah. And then the royal family Twitter page, so they shared this photo of Prince William and his blue eyes. Just how can you just not think that this man is gorgeous? Yummy, yummy. You said puppies. Your puppy shows. I know, right? He's like, how dare you start drooling over some other puppies? How dare you? Yeah, definitely. Leslie McGowan says, I'm so pleased to make it to a live from Christchurch, New Zealand. Well, hello. So glad you can make it also. Glad you could be here. An old geezer says, not my type. It's okay. We all can't be into the same type of men or it'll be a boring place in this world. Hello, monster. Would you like to come and join the fun? Hold on a second. Let me grab him. He wants to come and sit beside me. All right. Come here. Come here, puppers. Come and sit. Okay. Lie down, please. Thank you. Mucho gracias. Oh, lie down. Oh, you silly. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Now he's all settled, and I know saw me talking about other puppies and everything, and he just had to come up and cuddle up to me and be like, oh, I need loving too now. Yeah, come here. Oh, hello, monster. You happy, aren't you? Yes, you're good, doggy. Okay, lie down. Let me talk on your blanket. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. So oh God, I could stare at William all day long. But yes, we had to kick off the show like this. We had to, Harry has beady eyes, William has dreamy eyes. I mean, both of them have eyes on the smaller side, but Harry his eyes have shaped out to be very weasel-like. And no offense to weasels because they can be cute, but come on, Harry's face looks like a traitor, whereas with William, you could see he has kind eyes, he has a soft heart, and then, do we have to? My apologies, I know. Everyone's saying hi to you, monster. Say hello. Say hello. He's licking himself, of course. No, I'm not going to get into the details. Don't worry about that. Gross. But let's talk about this because, as I mentioned to you guys, Meghan Markle's latest ridiculous drop was apricot spread, just ultra basic. She left the royal family to hawk apricot spread and is basically acting out the biggest role of her life. Meghan Markle, as she said in her own word, is a fraud. She said, I am such a fraud. And that is exactly what she is. Meghan Markle is floating through life basically acting and pretending to be a New York Times best-selling author, acting and pretending like she was some incredible duchess, acting and pretending like she was an A-list actress, acting and pretending like she is a humanitarian, acting and pretending like she is smart, like she has compassion, when in reality, she just goes around using people and thinks about how she can use them to her advantage and then discards them only to act like she was the victim. Katie says she thinks she's an insta billionaire. She literally thinks that just because her name is Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, that she is going to move products. And the thing is that Meghan's name is linked with toxicity because of her, well, her own faults. Her own faults completely. If she just defected from the royal family, if she left and didn't go and sit down with Oprah and spew lie after lie for 5 years, acting like she's a victim who lives in a multi-million dollar house, all thanks to the royal family, right? But then she's a victim all the time. Marie says, hello, everyone from Pittsburgh. Love a Moly live on a Saturday night. I know. It's a good one too, huh? It seems like everyone is having a night in tonight. So I thought, yes, tonight seems like a good one to do a live. But I'm glad you are here. And thank you for the super chat there, my dear. But as you guys can see, this was Meghan's landing page on Ass Ever, or as I call it, As Never, because nothing will ever come of it, because it is an absolute joke. As I said, Meghan is acting and pretending to play the role of a CEO, of a businesswoman, of a successful businesswoman. Because anyone who has had a business will tell you that you will fail time and time again before something good hits. But Meghan wants you to believe that in her delusional world, she is, she is never a failure. She wins at everything. She is a founder. Yes, that she is a founder. If anything, Meghan is but. She is a fraud and a flounderer, but definitely not a founder. So you guys all, this was her landing page, okay? This was her idea of, look, this will get people interested in my jam, posting the bottom of my feet, my dirty, dirty feet above a basket of fruit. And, maybe you might want to think about my feet as you're eating this disgusting spread. Who knows? Whoever thought of that is absolutely, is it toe jam? I don't know if it's toe jam, but it is absolutely gross. I don't know what is Meghan Markle's obsession with piles of yogurt. And last time she had her raspberry spread poured onto a pile of yogurt with berries and some mint, right? And she was acting like she had discovered the most incredible thing ever. But look, to me, she posted this. This looks like a very basic and horrible taken photo, but this is supposed to be a bowl of yogurt with her spread and real apricots, which are probably not included in her spread, and chunks of granola. I'm sorry, in my opinion, this does not look appetizing or appealing or makes me want to go out and eat her spread. Okay, this to me looks like a bowl of yeast infection waiting to happen. This looks like it's going to throw off my pH balance because of all that yogurt and honey drizzled onto it. I'm sorry, that just looks like you need a side of fluconazole or Canestin cream. You definitely need a side prescription of something to take care of that pH balance that's going to be thrown off in your body or in your vagine, depending on how you deal with. But it looks like yeast infection in a bowl to me, okay? It doesn't look anything delightful or delicious or anything. AB says it's Greek yogurt with canned peaches and a few bits of cornflakes. I thought it was apricots on it because, it's apricot spread. So Koala says, oh, I saw something like that on the grass after my grand fur baby deposit. You know what? It sometimes looks like the bile that monster pukes up sometimes too, but it is definitely not appetizing. If you think that this is going to sell your product, it's not. And I made it a personal mission to not share any of her drops on my Twitter account or anything. And it's so wild seeing the amount of people that just go and wait for her website to drop and just to check out her website. Like, I would never go on a Meghan Markle website or give my email to any of her website because number one, she is gathering all those emails and selling them to third parties, which take your information. And, that's how you get tons of junk mail in your email. You get tons of spam. You get like third party nonsense sent to you all the time. It's through that. It's through Meghan getting your email. So every time she's always asking, she can get paid a lot of money for that too. So she's always asking for people's emails, and that's what she's doing. She is selling them to these third party oh God, I can't stop looking at this. Blech. Ugh, that looks disgusting. But let me get to the point of this. So you guys remember Meghan made a whole stink about this whole look during my time in the royal family. It was clear that I just didn't want to be alive anymore, right? Meghan made it clear that she wanted to end her own life. She wanted to, not be in this world. I know we all know it was BS. We all know it's a complete lie. You're literally living in a palace and have access to the best physicians, best medical team of doctors, and yet you never ever mentioned it to anyone. You made it up. But yes, thank you, Katie. Trigger warning, because what I'm about to talk about is absolutely like, it makes you realize that Meghan talking about wanting to end her life was just nothing but just more proof that it was complete BS. Because let me tell you this, Meghan claimed that she wanted to take her life, right? She claimed that. And then Meghan also claimed that, well, not claimed, but we have seen Meghan and Harry basically be on a rampage about like launching campaigns to help children online who have taken their lives, right? And these are people who, or children that, yeah, who have lost. So Harry and Meghan have helped or have attached their bandwagon to something called the Parents Network. And basically, this is supposed to help tackle safety, children's safety online. And they met with a bunch of parents who basically told them their stories, right? There were these parents that told them these gut-wrenching stories about how their children took their lives due to the bullying and harassment they faced online. Some of them, I should mention this, some of them, not all of them, some of these children lost their lives due to other measures because some of them were ordering illegal substances online and they were getting something that was contaminated with something else, and then they happened to overdose like that. So all of these children that Meghan and Harry are claiming that they have lost their lives due to bullying online, it's not really true, okay? But they're just spinning it in that way. And you guys will remember that recently, on April 24th, 2025, Harry and Meghan, during their visit to New York, set up something where they comprised like 50 smartphone displays, right? And each had like basically a lock screen photo of a child whose life was cut short, stemming from the harmful effects of social media. So Megan went around. What I always found so like weird is that you always see these people grieving, they're upset, they are crying in tears because they've lost a loved one, they've lost someone close to them. And you always see Megan with a smirk or a smile on her face. Let me see if you can you see this? Like, this doesn't look genuine. This doesn't look like someone who cares. She just wants the photo, right? She just wants the money shot and she's out of there. But Meghan Markle was listening to these people who were grieving about people that they lost in their lives. Look at this. This photo, especially, like, total grief grifters. Anywhere that like has something to do with children losing their lives, you can bet Meghan Markle will be there to grift off of them, to take a photo, to share images. I mean, look at this, for instance. Meghan is looking at this was one of the parents who had sat down with Meghan during the interview with Jane Pauley, remember? And I think she had spoken about, now I'm not 100% sure if it was her story, but one of the parents there had spoken about how they walked in on their children, one of their child who ended up hanging themselves, right? Because they couldn't handle the bullying online. And Megan's got a smirk on her face. She's standing here laughing while you can see this woman is in pain telling her story. She is clearly distraught, and yet Megan looks like she's trying to hold in the laughter. She's trying to like make sure, okay, the cameras better get the best shot of my jewelry on. She doesn't care, right? So what absolutely pissed me off, what made me really upset was when I saw that image. Hold on, let me see if I have it pulled up here. Yikes. And here I thought I had it all set up, but I was thinking about William too much. Terrible, terrible mole. So when I was looking at this photo, okay, as a person, because I can only speak for my own, for for my own experiences, when Megan posted this, okay, the first thing that came to my mind is that this is so triggering. This is so triggering because you know what? Megan sat down with parents who spoke of their children taking their lives. Like I said, she even sat down with the family who said that they found their child hanging, and yet this is the photograph that you choose to portray or advertise for your business, a photo of like you about to knock the chair off from under you and hang yourself. This is a yes, thank you, Katie, for the trigger warning. I don't understand how this is supposed to elevate the sales of her products, but this is the vibe that I get from these photos too, because personally, myself, as I mentioned before, I've had two childhood friends, take their own lives as well. Not in this manner, but the fact that you put something up there just makes you think like, what is wrong with you? She has her dirty feet. Not only that, her dirty feet, but anyone who's actually gardening would have a proper ladder. If you have children around, like myself, I have my little one around, I would not ever be standing on a chair like this because then they would do the same and I would be afraid they would get hurt. And I'm always telling them, don't stand on chairs because you will fall and get hurt. You think that like, this is absolutely ridiculous to me. It just seems very cold-hearted. And some people actually agreed with me where a woman left a comment saying, this photo is actually very triggering for me because they found her brother in that manner where he was hanging. And then this is the photo you want to pick to put on your landing page. Thank you, private notes. I appreciate it, my darling. Thank you. I don't know, like personally myself, when I go into the garden to go pick fruit or anything, I'm not wearing a crisp white linen see-through outfit and standing on chairs. I am standing usually on a ladder that, is safe. I have multiple different sizes of ladders, and I'm wearing like my lazy clothes or my yucky clothes, my gardening clothes, so that they can just go in the wash later. I know she's trying to give the illusion like she has an orchard or she's picking the items herself, because she did say that she likes to make it feel like her fingers have been all over everything. Well, if this is the photo, this looks like your toes have been all over everything also. It looks gross to me. She is definitely not, like, this shows she is not a businesswoman, because this is so unhygienic. Who wants to see dirty, crusty soles of your feet? I mean, maybe if she was, I don't know, don't steal this idea, but maybe Megan could take all those discarded apricot seeds and mash them down and make some kind of exfoliating apricot scrub for those dead skin cells on the heels of her feet. It's absolutely gross to me. Nancy McDade says, my uncle took his life too. You never get over it. No, you don't. And it's like, you never there's certain things that trigger it. And I would think that if you are someone who wants to advocate for children's safety, that you have spoken to parents who have lost their children to them unaliving themselves, you would think twice before posting this, right? Am I overthinking this? Am I just looking at this and being like, wow, you are really dumb, or you are just tone deaf, or you are just really dumb? I don't know, because here's the other thing. Now, you might just say, oh, Mole, you are overreacting. But let me just point out one other thing that someone else pointed out, because I cannot get the credit for this one. And I didn't think about it this way, but let me pull up my Twitter page here. Freya says, bad marketing choice. Definitely bad marketing choice. AB says, Molly, you're expecting M to think at this point we all know that something is, yeah. I mean, you would think with the team around her, they would tell her, no, maybe this isn't a good look. If you're trying to sell jam, maybe don't put your feet in it. We don't want to see your feet. Nobody wants to see your feet. It's gross. Yuck. There's nothing sexy about Meghan Markle's feet. I don't know if she's trying to I don't know, set up some kind of OnlyFans for her feet. Who knows? But here, we all heard that Meghan Markle is apparently, allegedly releasing some rosé on July 1st. July 1st is Diana's birthday, right? War of the Roses kindly pointed out that Meghan Markle is launching alcohol on the birthday of Diana, who was killed by an intoxicated driver. What a supportive wife, but I doubt H will even notice. Now, I did have to point out that Harry and Meghan also ride in vehicles with no seatbelts, and their alleged phantom hostage paychecks, children, also ride in vehicles traveling at high speeds with no seatbelts on. So, yeah. And remember, their alleged children on the boats with no life jackets on. I mean, these two love living life on the edge and in danger. But look, I just wanted to mention this. I don't know if I am getting in over my head here. It's not even that rosé wine is gross. It's just that there are a lot of rules that you can't just be selling. Is this something that's only going to be available in California? This isn't something that she can sell all around the world and globally, as she likes to call it. Right? She's a ding dong. She definitely is a ding dong. She definitely is a ding dong for sure. Sue Clark says, I reacted to the photo the same way. It is very you would think for someone who claim that they always pay attention to the finest details and make sure that everything is perfect and has an eye for everything and stays up and looks at the cadence and how everything is written and blah, 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 blah. You know, those people who always try and make themselves look busier than they are usually the ones who are probably sitting on their asses all day doing absolutely diddly squat. And I feel like that is Meghan Markle doing absolutely diddly squat. Okay. But yes, she wants to pretend oh, I do this and I do this and I do this and I do this. No, you don't, you liar. You definitely don't, because if you were detail orientated, like Jordan is saying here, then you would have definitely caught on to the optics of you standing tippy-toe on a chair, because it literally looks like you are about to hang the noose around your neck, okay? It looks horrible. I wouldn't want to put that with buying jam. I don't know how you standing on a chair and pretending like we know you don't have apricot trees. We know you're not Mother Nature. We know that you're trying to cosplay Catherine's entire life. You're trying to, like, single weight female her for sure. The life you want Catherine and William's life, but yet you will never get it because your heart is not pure. Your soul is black. Your heart is completely black. And so you walk around with a black, toxic cloud above you, and the energy you put out is the energy you get from people. The type of people that you hang around with are all bottom feeding losers who are scammers or sexual deviants like Tyler Perry. So I don't know, you'll never be anything like the whales, even as much as you try. This is all just another act for Meghan. This is just Meghan acting, being an actress. I mean, a shitty one at that, but still, she is just acting. She's acting like she's a businesswoman. She's acting like she's a founder. She's acting like she had two massive sellouts of her product. It's all just one big fictional reality in her brain. And really, some days I would love to know what substances she's on because, like I said, it would be nice to just, be able to just get away from the reality of paying all these bills that seem to be never ending at times. But anyways, my darlings, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to keep it short because I'm still having troubles with my voice here. I think it's just the change in weather and everything. My throat has been all dried up. It's drier out here where I am. So yeah, anyways, what are you guys, a mattress actress like that? You honestly believe no, of course. She makes wine, like she whines all the time and she's constantly whinging and moaning. But no, she doesn't do anything. She doesn't make wine. She can't act. She can't do anything right. Let's be completely honest. AB says she thought she could just hop back into the social media and have billions in the bank. Yeah, the thing is, though, when you make yourself so toxic from the beginning, when we find out how much of a fraud you are, when we see how you've treated the queen, that is the thing. Meghan will never live down that curtsy, ever. Meghan will never live down the fact that she did the Oprah interview when Prince Philip was dying. The fact that the royal family asked to postpone it, and Meghan claimed that, oh, the royals are lying about Philip's health just so that she doesn't tell her truth. And yet she's constantly talking about, I haven't been able to share my voice. Lady, you haven't shut the hell up in the last 5 years, and look at where it's gotten you. Nowhere. Yikes. Nah, Meg just stalks billionaires. Meghan is a billionaire repellent. Trust me, everyone's seen her act. No billionaire would want to deal with a loudmouth, ugly. I mean, well, she's not ugly. She's your average looking chick, but she's aged out. She's not the age that billionaires want when they can have younger women who are educated and who really know their place, unlike Meghan, who wants to be the main character at all times. No billionaire wants to have a dinner where his wife comes in like a hussy and thinks that she owns the place and runs the company. They do not like that. Maybe she can marry a Middle Eastern prince next. Definitely not. It's not going to go for that. She couldn't even follow the rules in the royal family, and those were super lax with her. But yet, a prince, a Middle Eastern prince at that, no, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Harry is basically what Meghan will get, okay? Meghan and Harry are stuck with each other because who else is Meghan going to get? She's aged out. She's got a terrible reputation. Everyone knows about her being a backstabber. Anyone who marries her would have to sleep with one eye open constantly. Anyways, my darlings, I'm going to get the hell out of here. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that I am like overthinking this? Am I like over analyzing this that Megan is being insensitive with what she's doing? Yeah, clearly she wants to always like ruin days like William's birthday, Catherine's birthday, Diana's birthday. Everyone can see what she's doing. And the only lunatic is her if she thinks that nobody can see how she's trying to manipulate everyone. But we're not as dumb as Harry. And for goodness sakes, go get a freaking pedicure and ask them to use the cheese grater on your heels because those feet are horrible. My goodness. Anyways, my darlings, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope you all have a good one. I love you all very much. And thank you so much for being here. Let me know in the comments below what you think. To those of you who sent a super chat or super sticker, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I will catch you all in the next one. Oh, thanks, mods. Thanks for everything you guys do, mods. Thanks for always helping out. Thanks, guys. Toodaloo. Bye.